quickly, but I am a little bit concerned. You see that? The flying spiders are back. There's webs everywhere. Hello, welcome back to Sage and Stone Homestead. My name is Heather. I've gotten myself into an afternoon milking routine. Right now, I kind of like that, and this will probably stay. It's what I prefer to do over the winter because it's warmer in the afternoons. Right now, I am milking 5 does, and I'm not milking any of them to their full capacity. 2 of them still have babies on them, and 3 of them are bred, I think. So we put a whole bunch of girls with our boy Feral in September, and so they should be well over 2 months bred. I haven't really noticed anybody come back into heat until yesterday. It sort of looked like Breezy was coming back into heat. I don't really know though. Sometimes pregnant mamas can be very hormonal and they can really pick up on the heats of the other goats, and it can be kind of crazy in the barn because of that. I haven't necessarily noticed her up next to our bucks, who do share a fence with our does right now, but the does were acting real feisty yesterday. Are you still bred, huh? Your sister is. She looks bred. It's hard to see right now, but Alara is showing for sure. Can't really see with Breezy, but we'll get her up on the stand and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Of course, we have to go in order though. Breezy is not first. Ooh, I didn't shut the gate. Thank you for not running away. Look, hang on, look. This goat right here, there, that's my wether. A wether is a castrated male, and wethers can be very good heat detectors. Someone is in heat. I'm pretty sure some of my Nigerians that I haven't bred this fall have been in heat, so it could still be that, but he was blubbering at Breezy. The thing is, if Breezy happens to not be bred, I could put her with the buck and try again, but I really don't want to at this point. I really want to be done with my breeding in early November if I can help it, because right now, I mean, all of the goats basically are due in February, and then I have a couple due at the very beginning of March, and then we're done. If someone was bred right now, they'd be kidding far later in the springtime when it's a lot warmer out. So not only will they not be kind of grouped in with the rest of the babies, but those babies and mamas really will have a higher chance for parasite loads, and I love to try to avoid that by kidding when it's cooler. We're definitely cool in February, but because of that, there's not very many coccidia kind of floating around the barn, and there's not very many active worms out on the pasture. It just gives them some time for them to get stronger and bigger and sturdier before they have to deal with things like that. I'm just spying on you. See, she's acting kind of like a buck. The does that she's interested in right now are bred. She's the one kind of waggling her tail. Just because she's the one doing the mounting doesn't mean that the one that she's mounting is the one that's in heat. It could very well be her. And I'm kind of thinking that it might be. So we are going to send in a blood test for her. I have to send in a blood test for Breezy anyway. The last time I did my disease testing, everybody was negative for all the things. We test here for CL, CAE, and Yoni's. She was negative for CL, but her levels were elevated. There's like a range that they allow to call it negative. She was at the tippy top of that negative range, and they wanted me to retest her in 2 to 6 months to make sure that the levels levels haven't risen. So it's been 3 months now. So it works out that I won't need to send in her blood anyways, because I can get her retested for CL and check for pregnancy. Come on, Christine. When it does come time to wean myself off of the does in their 3rd month of pregnancy, or after their 3rd month of pregnancy, I will be only milking 3, and that will only last a couple of months before they kid. Very often I am able to milk alongside babies from birth, especially because a lot of, well, actually all of my full-size La Manchas, besides Christine here, she's retired, they are all bred to Nigerian dwarves, and so those babies are going to be smaller and may not be able to fully keep up with the capacity that their mamas have. So I think we'll be able to kid share pretty much from day 1, which I really enjoy. As it is right now, I haven't been putting babies away at night, and I am getting something out of everyone who has babies on them, or both of my does that have babies on them. I'm just getting a lot more out of one of them, and we'll get her up here. I'm trying to make sure that I get all the milk that I can out of Christine, because this is her last lactation and I want to be able to keep her in milk for as long as possible. Now, she's not making a ton of milk right now, but Christine just kind of doesn't. She makes about as much as a Nigerian dwarf, which is still worth milking, but I want to keep her capacity up. She is very well known for having a nice long length of lactation, even though the volume is kind of low for who she is. She's a La Mancha. Come here, Breezy. Breezy! None of you are Breezy. Where'd she go? Come on, Mar. Margie has a single buckling on her right now, and I've been able to milk her since day 1. Margie always makes a lot of milk, more than her babies need. Even if she has triplets, I get a lot of milk out of her. And lately, her milk quality seems like it's improved. It's been quite a while since I had Margie in milk, and that was by choice because I wanted her on a fall milking schedule, so I needed to extend out the time between breedings. And the last time I had her in milk, I was feeding a different quality of both hay and grain, and I think that the better quality of feed that we're giving now is contributing to a much better quality of milk coming out of Margie, because the cheeses that I've been making lately are amazing. They're big. We're getting a lot more casein output. Margie is my only unregistered goat. We think she's a mini Oberhashley because that's what she looks like. She's a mini Alpine of some kind, and they aren't necessarily known for their butterfat content necessarily, but casein is different. So even though she's unregistered, I can still milk test her, and I'm pretty sure I can still send in her hair to try to get her casein typed, so we can tell if she has the genetics for high casein. And that's just a hair sample, which is really easy to do. I'm not going to do that in today's video, but I would like to do that soon just to see what we're working with. So her 7-week-old buckling is still on her. I can tell that lately he's been getting more milk than he had been previously, which makes sense. He's a growing boy. Is that you, Breezy? This happened to me yesterday. She's not cooperating. So I think something's up with her. They're normally very regular. Goats are very regimented. If you mess with their schedule, they get all thrown off, and she is 3rd. She's always been 3rd, but lately I've had to like go get her in order to milk her. This is Stormy. Stormy just had her first freshen about 5 weeks ago. She had twin bucklings for us, and I didn't work with her very much at all prior to her kidding, so she's not the best on the milk stand, but we're using this time while her boys are getting most of the milk in order to train her to be nice on the stand. And really all that takes is just exposure to the process. Like I said, goats are very regimented, and so if she can get used to being fed up here and being handled like this up here, eventually she's not going to be super wiggly. I'm basically getting nothing out of her. It's a little less than a quarter cup probably that I've collected. That's because her boys are getting it all, but that's okay. They can have it for now. I could pull her baby boys out at night and then milk her in the morning, but I don't feel like I need to. We're getting about 3/4 of a gallon a day, and that's plenty for us right now. There you are. Oof, ma'am. Are you ready? I know Tempest is in heat. She's the one being kind of rude right now. Come on, Storm. It's Breezy's turn. Come on, girl. Uh-oh. Quick. Go on. Go on. Now, I don't routinely pregnancy test my does at all. I just look at them to make sure they're not coming into a heat, and then I just wait. Now, my girls that are in milk when bred, usually it's very obvious in the amount of milk that they're putting out or not putting out if they've had kind of a hormone shift going on. A lot of does will decrease in milk production around their heat cycles, but then if they're not bred, their milk production comes right back up to normal. Breezy's went down significantly when she was bred, and so I just took that as a sign that she settled. But I don't know, maybe the pregnancy didn't stick. I don't know why she's acting weird, but it could be just she's pregnant and hormonal and feeling all the feelings that are in the barn right now. It's not gonna be hard to dry her off. We're just getting, whoops, a tiny amount when it stays in a bucket. Tried to show you. I don't know, spilled milk always looks like more, but it was probably about maybe 3/4 of a cup, which is definitely not her peak performance, but we wouldn't expect that right now. And I was thinking that maybe I could try and take her blood in this head catch, but I don't think so. I'm gonna have to go get my portable head holder. Wouldn't you know it? I did her blood draw and I forgot to hit record. I do have videos on how to do blood draws on goats. It's really unfortunate that I didn't get that, but you know, it's life. I've got Breezy's blood now and I need to send it off. Are you girls ready for food? Poor Winnie's starving right to death. Don't you hear that pig? I got places to go, dude. I got places to go. Hi, Chloe. Ma'am, can I help you? I have given it all away. Breezy's out here by the hay, and you know, they've been eating really nicely on this new hay that we got, and she could be pregnant with a single or something. She's only 2.5-ish months along, so she still has the latter half of her pregnancy to go if she is pregnant, and that's when the babies get big, especially in the last month of pregnancy. So I'm not counting her out completely, but I am a little bit concerned. Earlier I was seeing what looked like little white crusties back here. Not like she had been bred or anything, but sometimes they will have a little bit of discharge when they're in heat. So I don't know what's going on. We'll find out soon. Are you ready to come back out? I apologize. Oh, darn it. At this point, it must seem intentional. Y'all, I promise it's not. This morning I was watching a video by Ruth Ann Zimmerman, Homesteading with the Zimmermans, and she's making cheese curds. She has been doing the farm thing her whole life. Probably making cheese curds for, I don't know, 30 years. The way that she overboiled her whey when she was making caramel with the leftover whey, I felt it. Well, good Monday morning. We drew Breezy's blood on Saturday, and today I need to ship it. So this is what it looks like right now. I've been keeping it in the refrigerator, and because I am getting this tested for CL as well, I do have to put an ice pack in the box with the vial. This is shipping all the way from Kentucky to California, but I just ship it priority, and it does get there in a good amount of time. Their testing day is Thursdays, and normally that is the day that my vials show up, and so I've been able to get them tested on Thursday and get the results by Friday. So in here I've got my payment as well as a sheet that they have you fill out with all the information for the test that you require. I've got the blood in here all wrapped up. I'm gonna cushion it pretty well. Got this ice pack that I think, yeah, that'll fit in there great. Just to prevent condensation forming on the outside of the ice pack and affecting the cardboard box. I am gonna put this like that. I want to put the blood kind of right up next to it and get everything bubble wrapped together. Shove it in here. The package is ready to go now. I'm just going to get the label printed and put this in the mailbox with the flag up, and I won't have results to share with you in this video, but stay tuned. The results from this test will probably get kind of looped into some of the weekly vlogs that I've been doing. The weekly vlogs that kind of share our daily life around here, those have been really fun. That's probably where I will share the results. If you are interested in learning more about how exactly to draw blood from your goats and why we think disease testing is important, I took a video on that with my mentor. I'll leave that up here.